Avery Clover, and I will be doing my presentation this week on a traditional Chinese dish called Mapo Tofu, or Mapo Tofu. The history behind Mapo Tofu can be traced back to as early as 1862 during the Qing Dynasty, which was an era lasting from 1644 to 1911. The recipe was created by a couple with the surname of Chen. They were the owners of a small restaurant located in the Sichuan province near the Wanfu Bridge in northern Chengdu, China. This tofu dish was named for the pock-faced woman who created the recipe, Ma, meaning pock, and Po, meaning elderly. Oil porters who would pass through the region under the bridge would request this special dish regularly. The dish quickly became popular, known for its great taste and appearance. Many liked Mapo Tofu for its flavor and suitability with rice, rice being a staple in the Chinese diet. Anything that paired well with rice became very well liked in the region. Mapo Tofu quickly became a staple for Chinese culture. The philosophy behind Mapo Tofu is that the simpler, the better. Even though the ingredients are cheap, a chef's ability to prepare this dish is a true measure of their ability to cook, even to this day. I've included two pictures on this slide. One is just a street market in Chengdu, and where you can buy Mapo Tofu, and I've also starred the province from which this dish originated, the Sichuan province. Nutrient composition. So I looked up an example recipe to find out the nutritional composition of Mapo Tofu, and this is what I came up with. The nutrition content that is listed here is a rough estimate for about a 2/3 cup serving of the tofu recipe, and it does not include anything additional like rice. So you can see the listed vitamin contents as well as minerals, protein, dietary fiber, sugars. It's all listed here. And yeah, in terms of ingredients that comprise Mapo Tofu, there is tofu, fermented black beans or douchi, Szechuan chili flakes, scallions, peanut oil, cornstarch, ground beef, chicken broth, soy sauce, and scallions. In addition to the ingredients listed, it is also typically served with rice. So, what are the health benefits of eating Mapo Tofu? The main ingredient of Mapo Tofu is tofu. Tofu is made of soybeans and is packed with protein. Just 1/2 a cup of tofu has nearly 11 grams of protein, which is a lot per serving. It also is rich in iron and calcium. Consuming enough iron can help reduce the risk of developing anemia or iron deficiency, and calcium helps to build strong bones and may reduce the risk of developing osteoporosis or osteopenia. Health benefits continued. Mapo Tofu is traditionally a very spicy dish, and it has a lot of chili peppers in it. Chili peppers in the dish add a bonus of vitamin A and C. Both vitamin A and vitamin C help build a stronger immune system. Vitamin A impacts immune health by stimulating responses that protect the body from illness and infection. It also plays a role in the formation of B and T cells that help guard the body. Vitamin C is an antioxidant that protects the body from free radicals. Having enough vitamin C is vital in reducing the risk of heart disease, cancer, and other diseases. So there actually are quite a few health benefits to consuming Mapo Tofu, and I didn't know about them, so that's pretty cool. So whenever you are looking to make Mapo Tofu, you of course need tofu. And there are a few characteristics that you should be looking for when you're trying to pick out high quality tofu. The first being that you want to select tofu with higher protein content, as this is indicative that it has been made with richer and thicker soy milk. You also want to select tofu with higher fat content because the good tasting tofu should be more buttery and less chalky. You should look for tofu that has good elasticity. High quality tofu is springy and not crumbly. In terms of taste, high quality tofu is slightly sweet, nutty, and buttery. And it's also a good idea to go organic because organic soybeans are typically known to make thicker soy milk and thus enhance the flavor of the tofu. So we don't actually farm tofu because tofu itself is comprised of soybeans. So what's actually farmed for tofu is the soybeans. So here are a few facts about soybean agricultural farming in China. Soybeans are usually planted in late spring and early summer, and they are harvested in late summer throughout autumn. They require warm soil to germinate and grow. Regarding the sustainability of the soybean industry in China, it has been noted that there have been some improvements in farming practices in recent years. In the past, soybean farming has been associated with deforestation and biodiversity loss. However, good agricultural practices have been implemented to reduce fertilizer and chemical use, improve soil management and crop rotation, and improve the overall production management system of farming soybeans. So here's a quick rundown of how to prepare this dish, just in a few really quick steps. You want to begin by toasting the chilies in a wok or a pan for about 5 minutes. Then you add the Chinese peppercorn, add the ginger, the garlic, the chili paste, and stir it all together really well. Then you add the chicken broth and let that simmer for a while. Then you add water and cornstarch and you mix it until everything that's in your wok or your pan is completely and thoroughly combined. After you add all the chili and chili oils, you can add the tofu. And once that is all in there, the tofu's in there, the chili paste, chili oils, you stir it for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then you top it with chopped scallions, and you can serve it over rice if you want. So, taste. So here's a picture of the dish when I tried it. Although this dish was a little spicier, both conventionally and hot on the tongue, or mala, than I typically like, I thoroughly enjoyed the flavor. The texture of tofu is not my favorite. However, I liked that the sauce was just oily enough. It was also really fun to try traditional food of a culture different from my own. Cultural comparison. So after trying Mapo tofu, I felt that I could draw on my experiences that I had living in China. I actually lived in the Sichuan province in Chengdu, in the region that Mapo tofu originated from. And I feel like this allowed me to relate to the dish and how I felt about trying it. My experiences living abroad have cultured my perspective in relation to my opinion of food, and I feel as though I was more likely to like Mapo tofu and the flavor of it. Having lived in China, I had to become really open-minded to like what kinds of food were available, and I guess I really enjoy eating Chinese food. Living in China just like fostered that liking for that food, and I feel that this made me more likely to enjoy Mapo tofu, having had that cultural experience. Maybe others who haven't maybe lived in China or been exposed to as many spicy foods perhaps wouldn't like it as much. I actually never tried Mapo tofu when I lived in China because at the time I thought it was too spicy, wasn't really a big fan of tofu, but having tried it now, it's really good and I highly recommend it. This is my works cited page. Thank you for listening to my presentation.